This is Corey Rashawn of Double E Productions, dpvn.net, and Full 5 Media Group, our marketing division. And I want to welcome you to Making an Impact. I want to talk about branding your teen. Teenagers are going to be the workforce of tomorrow. And if you're a parent and you have a teenager that is looking to work for a living or get into a career for a living, you should be thinking about branding your child now. From 13 on, you should be looking at how your child is performing online, what they're saying online, and really be involved in their online development. Not only are you looking at their everyday reality life in terms of going to school, interacting with real people, face to face that is, you also want to see what they're doing in terms of interacting online. Are they publicizing their internal thoughts and having full conversations with friends online that could be damaging to their career? Right. Things tend to follow you. The internet, things are on the internet, I believe, still for 7 years, 7 to 10 years, or just in the ethos, so that if anybody wants to pull anything up from their past, they can. It's there. Facebook, from people say that it doesn't go away, but I'll do a little bit more research on that. You really want to be involved with your child's online and digital development and their digital brand. So we talk about branding, or I'm talking about branding, and you're saying branding our teens. Exactly. Your teenager has a personality, and that personality, just like any other type of corporation or any type of business or organization, is going to have a brand. I have a brand. I try to present my brand. I am, for me personally, very casual type of guy. Kind of on a down-to-earth type of earthy type of earthy, I guess, type of brand is my company. We're really about the arts. We're really about creativity. That is the background that I come from in terms of being an architect, is a design, developing, building, creating. And that's the type of brand that I bring into my company, Double E Productions, where we're looking for people that just want to explore their art, their creativity, and we provide that platform for them. And when I speak about that in terms of creating this space for them to create and to explore and to expand. And we do the same things for businesses that are small, mid-size, and alike, that our brand is speaking to people that are looking to kind of step outside of the box, to be really creative with what they have. So your child, knowing your child, you should kind of sit down and take a look at what they do, who they are. Even their brand can develop, just like in 1965, a company's brand may not look exactly the way it does in 2013. People change colors, they change shapes, they change their logo slightly to develop their brand, and you could do the same thing for your child. What is considered branding? When you're thinking about your child, what you're going to try to do is develop. Well, the definition of branding is making a mark, right? So you're going to make a mark and a stamp and put a stamp on your child to say, this is who my child is. This is really what they're about. This is what they're involved in. I'm going to list to you some of the things that are incorporated in a brand, which is a name. Maybe your child doesn't want to go for, with Veronica Smith, Doe. Maybe they just want to be called Vic Doe. I don't know. But you might even want to take their name and start branding that. There are names like, Jada Smith. Okay, beautiful name. I would give you the name of my daughter, but she's not born yet, but I do have a name, and I think that name is going to brand very well for her. A logo. You could start developing some type of logo, or what type of fonts that you may use for your child's name to start creating this brand for them. Again, it can change. At the age of 13, it might be something really young, teeny or teenage-like. She can, her artwork that she's posting on Facebook could include that, logo or her name underneath her picture or something. If she's a photographer, photos taken by, Veronica Smith. Um, and and that brands her photography. You might also want to create a tagline for Veronica. We're just using Veronica Smith Doe right now, so Veronica Smith Doe has a tagline: "Life is beautiful for me." And that right there. So she's a photographer, and she's capturing all these photos of nature and family, and life is beautiful for her. And this is Veronica Smith Doe. Um, Shapes and graphics also create. We look at Nike. We know that the swoosh sign, um, that's a shape, and it brands that company. It brands their product, and it's just do it. Is their tagline. Colors. Maybe Veronica likes a light, soft pink with a really strong navy blue. And so every time we see Veronica Smith Doe, we kind of see those colors. Maybe that's incorporated in how she spells her name with the font and things like that. The other aspects, of course, that might not apply to your child would be sense and sound. Well, sounds can, and taste. Taste like Kentucky Fried Chicken or McDonald's fries. That's a brand, a branded taste or flavor. And then there's movements, and one of the how things move, or how some offices just only use revolving doors, or when you go into the lobby of a Marriott, there are things that are there that just might brand their particular venue. But in terms of our teens and our children, so Veronica's, she turns 17, 16, and she's getting ready to go to college. The brand that she has carried with her, so that when the colleges go and look at her um, resume of social media online, will see that this particular woman has really gotten it together. She has thought about her future. She is showing promise in her artwork. We see the beginnings of her talent and seen them develop into some great works of art in terms of photography. Because of her brand, she may have been asked to speak to other teens and to talk to teens. So she's been involved in the community. She is taking her brand and worked with organizations in terms of exposing her artwork through these organizations to help raise funds. So she's kind of already started a career, and she's only going to college now to get a little bit more education in terms of where or what her career is about, how it works, knowing the language of her career, starting to meet people in college, and starting to partner, which we'll be talking about in the next episode, with others that work with her brand. And then once she's out of college, those 4 or 6 years that she's there, she continues her brand in terms of developing this resume, and that she puts out. So on the resume, it might be verbal, but then maybe she has more of a pictorial resume, where on one side of her resume is all the information, on the other side is her brand of images that shows, again, her development and what she has done and where she has done and where she is taking it, something like a portfolio of sorts, where her brand continues. The voice that she has on Facebook, the voice that she has on Twitter, the voice that she will develop on LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, and all the new ones that will be coming out in the future, will showcase her development, her involvement in the community, her development in her business sense, the leveraging her interests, and where they lie. We really get to know who Veronica Smith Doe actually is. So that's pretty much branding your teen. So as parents, what you want to do, especially if your child has a blog and they're talking about the issues of their world and what's going on today, it really should be a blog that kind of weighs both sides. You want to see that a child is able to be open-minded, since the world now, their doors are open. So as a child, a developing child, your mind should also be open, because we will be working with people from various parts of the world where other ways of thinking, um, actually just ways of thinking is the norm. If you're thinking, it's normal, but different ways of thinking is the norm, because you're going to be interacting and working with different people. Being closed-minded in the world today, in terms of functioning, developing, and growing, really is not going to put you further in life. Geography is definitely going to be important. Learning other languages is going to be important. Being able, of course, to use technology is going to be important in order to create relationships and to develop relationships with others in the world. I've been saying for the past 8 years that our community is just not the 10 by 10 block that we live in the city, or the neighborhood that we live in the suburbs. Our neighborhood really now has become the world, and you have to prepare your child to work in the world, not just in the city or not just in the suburb, but really in the world. Whether they're going into the medical field, whether they're going to become a lawyer, doctor, whether they're going to become a sanitation worker or a janitor. It's all important in terms of the jobs that they have, whether they are big or small. So don't underestimate any position in this world today, and get your child prepared for the workforce tomorrow. I'm going to highlight an affiliate that we work with, and one of them is, so we're going to highlight Black Lines of Design, online Black magazine for Black architects and artists. They are at blacklinesofdesign.net. The owner of Black Lines of Design is Kathleen Etienne. She is an architect here in New York. And actually, she's quarterly magazine, so this month, January 15th, her new articles posted on blacklinesofdesign.net, and she has segments in there that talk about looking back. She's talking about some landscaping, some woodlawn designs in Jamaica. Oh, wow. Woodlawn Studios, I'm sorry. I thought it was Woodlawn Designs. I'm like, Woodlawn, that's interesting. Woodlawn Studios in Jamaica. She's talking about practice versus academia, personal home improvement, struggles to stay on course. We have a diary program via the partnership with Black Lines Design and DPVN that is talking about Seasoned Vegan, which is, we're actually interviewing these young brothers who are architects and doing kind of a diary series on video about the development of the Seasoned Vegan, which is a restaurant totally raw. They're about to redesign the space. So we're going through the process with them. So you'll see the second segment coming up in February. Rebuilding after Sandy, she has some stuff in there. She talks about Pitt and Frank Polaro. Brad Pitt has a new furniture line coming out, and his market is actually, from what I believe, in China. He's trying to get stuff out there, but some beautiful artistic work from Brad Pitt, I will say that. Atlantic Yards, B2 Brooklyn, check that out. We are affiliating ourselves with the Black Institute, and we got this story from them, so definitely check out what's going on with the tallest modular buildings that are supposed to be built in Brooklyn, and the Ratner and his people are involved with that. So definitely check that out. This is a great magazine to be advertising your businesses in. It reaches a middle class audience of men and women. There's more men on this particular affiliate site. I think it's 58%. But you could definitely check it out. It's definitely, we're looking to find advertisers that would like to have banner placements, write-up of materials also can be used here. Testing of materials, they're willing to talk to people who have tested materials and trying to get new materials out that are architecturally based, for construction, contractors, and things like that. If you are an architect and you want to advertise in this magazine, make sure you contact us. You'll get that information at the end of the show. But it's definitely a good place to reach some people. And if you call me, I can tell you how many they reach, who they reach, and what they actually when they post. So again, Black Lines of Design. Not only can you get your banners up and a linked advertisement up there, but you can also run video in front of their programming. So their TV, Black Lines of Design, is also video and magazine. So make sure you check us out on that. Ahead into putting full 5 on it. What do you want to put full 5? What do we have for you in terms of opportunities? We are reaching 450,000 people in over 84 countries. 31% of those people are men, and 69% of those people are women. So as a collective, Full 5 Media is close to that 500,000 mark. And with the new programming that we have a new channel that's going to be on DPVN, will be a music video channel, which will be coming around mid-February. So look for that. If you want to advertise on there, there will be a gospel music video show. There will be also a hip-hop with youth video program there called Hip Hop for Humanity. Hip Hop for Humanity, which is also a non-profit video program. So when there's a non-profit video program, all your advertisement is considered to be 100% write-off. It's 100% write-off because you're supporting that endeavor by the non-profit organization to bring video as a means of advertising and getting their information out. That particular group is Hip Hop Saves Lives. It's run by Chad Harper. His organization raises money to help children in Africa and the Caribbean. I believe I know he has parties here in New York, but you could also donate on his website, hiphopsaveslives.org. But definitely by supporting them and supporting their efforts to take children to a more conscious level in life through the means of hip-hop, hence Hip Hop for Humanity, you can definitely aid him by advertising on his show on DPVN Music. Eric Frazier and Friends, so look for that to come in February as well. So those are 3 new shows that will be coming to dpvn.net. So some of the sponsorship packages that we have out under Full 5 Media Group is for April 27th. We are looking for sponsors to be a part of Winning the Battles of Your Mind, Saving Our Future One Tie at a Time. We are helping children with cancer down in Atlanta at the Children's Healthcare Center in Atlanta. So that event is April 27th, so we're looking for sponsors today. If you would like to sponsor, you can definitely go online and check us out and check out their information, download it. I'll have that information at the end of the show as well. Make sure NEWD on June 27th, Fashion Fest 2013, a show you do not want to miss if you are in the tri-state area of New York or fly up from Atlanta, Florida, fly in from Texas, California, fly in for that event, fly in for that event. It's a beautiful event, and the space where they're looking to have this event is it's going to be a beautiful thing. They too are looking for sponsors. Their deadline is March 1st. So make sure you check that out too. At the end of the show, we'll have information on where you can find that. If you look into the links on here, you'll also see that information as well. We are also seeking people for marketing sales. With all the stuff that's coming in, we have over 7 programs, and then with the 3, I think we're up to 10 new programs with a new channel. We're looking for marketing salespeople to help us out. 35% commission on all the sales that you create for us, in terms of getting our advertisement on our programs, our radio, our magazine. So you have a lot to work with. Like I said, we reach 450,000 people. We are reaching the African American community, as well as those who are interested in our voices from around the world. So definitely, if you're looking to do some work, come our way. We're also looking for interns, also production interns, video interns, the whole nine. So make sure you come our way. So let's sum it up. Today we're talking about branding your teen, something that you definitely want to do with your child. Make sure you sit down with them, take a look at what they're doing online, what they're saying online, find out what they're interested in now, and start branding. That branding can develop over time, it can change over time, and that's fine. But as long as they're putting out their best foot in terms of building a resume so that when they get to college, they have something to show people, and when they get into the workforce, they have something to show people. And then you're also building that routine with them to be more positive, to be more outgoing, to start expressing themselves in a way and a means that will make them very valuable. Black Lines of Design, blacklinesofdesign.net. And don't forget to take a look at our sponsorship packages for Winning the Battles April 27th event, and NEWD, their event on June 27th. They also have a Valentine's Day show. I know they were looking for a band. They may have found their band already, but if you are a band spiritually based, you might want to go to NEWDmagazine.com. Just look out for all the good things that are coming to DPVN.net as well, and our new affiliates in terms of radio. Just remember, it's all about making an impact.